just one day it's special. just met you, but you look. Oh girl, you blow my mind. And I know what I would like to do, but you just keep on talking. I see your dog needs walking. Your folk drive you insane. I know, yeah, that's true. Of course, you ain't the one to blame. Keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your dreams. You keep on talking to me, but I just wanna see you move. Yeah, I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. Yeah, I just wanna see you move. Sure, I like to listen. It's not like I don't wanna know. It's just that you've been talking to me 3 nights in a row. I think it's time to let go. Forget the past, just lose control. Cause life's too short for yapping. Come on and dance, come give me soul. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking. You keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your dreams. You keep on talking, but I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move.
I am the king and will not be. I am the king and will not be the king and will not. I am the king and will not. Will not be the king and will not. Switch.
What's going on? What's going on? We're back.
Yes. I cannot say what's wrong or right. No. It's not hard to fool.
Shout out to the CIA.
Cause I'm addicted to the good.
More love to the FBI. Yeah.
I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow.
Still in Manhattan.
The edge of it all.
Oh yeah.
To the edge of it all.
Age, city, gender in the chat room. Let's talk about it.
Cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Ooh. So tell you goodbye.
Let's get it.
Cause I'll buy no matter what. Ooh. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies.
not a problem.
No. Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing can stop me. No. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I.
33-year-old male from Atlanta, 32 from the Bronx, 44 female from LA, 24 from Dallas, 25-year-old from Detroit. Yeah, you know it wouldn't be too long without the suit.
I follow to the edge of it all.
Clap, clap, clap.
So tell your good night.
All right, let's get on into. I know I was a little bit behind. Your godfather has things to do. I'm a busy, busy man. So, 1,500 of you guys in here. Shout out to Nate. Go ahead and dropping that tuition. Go ahead and drop that hundo bomb. So unless you've been living under a rock, under a tree, you've noticed there are no plants, there are no light show. I mean, you still got the same great content, but a few things have changed over the last couple of weeks. Well, I've been on the road, as I mentioned I was going to be earlier this year. I mentioned I was going to be doing a lot of stuff, and then the world happened, and we got locked down. Shout out to Ike. What's going on? Got the Ike theme in the roundup. I am the king, and that's an important extension for tonight. So here's what I want you guys to do. Shout out to Theo coming through with the big double. We do it again. You guys see the title of the show. These women lose with high value men. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Now, for those of you who don't know, my name is Kevin Samuels. I'm a professional men and corporate image consultant. My job is to help my clients look good, smell great, and be their best each and every day. My clients are the very men that you ladies would love to marry. Not deal with, not date. These are the guys you would like to marry if you could. So I just go ahead and cut to the chase. These are the guys you wish you could marry. These are the guys who actually have the ability, the means, and the mentality to be productive, competitive, and successful men. So, for many of you ladies, who don't want to have to work, stay-at-home mother, and all this other kind of stuff, this is the group of men you're going to pick from. Or should I say, they're going to pick from you. Because there's a lot of misconception going on out here. I've listened to a lot of videos as of late. I mean, I don't even search my name anymore because it's just off the chain with people who I don't know responding to me. Just a second. It's off the chain with people who I don't know responding to me. I got men responding to me. I've got women responding to me. I've got women responding to me in a sneak this low-key kind of way. But the responses are still the same. And the funny thing is, it seems to be that women of a certain character, they don't seem to like this whole high value alpha male successful thing. And I think that's kind of interesting. Why is it so interesting? Well, many women who are responding to the kind of things me and my colleagues are saying these days were perfectly happy when the shoe was on the other foot. When they were in their late teens, 20s, the hot little somethings, they had no power. They had no problem with empowerment. They were all about empowerment as long as it worked for them. They were all about, getting the best deal possible or getting flued out and all this other kind of stuff. But now, since so many of them are a little bit long in the tooth, you know, definitely past age 35, getting a little up there, many women seem to have a major problem with what's going on today. And here's what I see most of the problem is. Most of the problem is that these women cannot play the game that they used to. They can't win like they used to. They actually have to do something to deliver value. And sadly, for many of them, they don't know how to do that. Many of them, their value was basically what they were sitting on. And that's fine, but that has a shelf life. That has a shelf life. And now what do you do if you are over? Now I did a video over 30 independent and single AF. Right?
Danger zone.
That's those people, those women right there in the danger zone. Those women right there, I classify those women as between 27 and 35 years old. Between 27 and 35 is when you're in the danger zone. What is the danger zone? That means if you don't play your cards right, you can end up at 36 to 60 years old in what I call no man's land. Because let's be honest, if you make it over 40 years old with no man, no husband, no prospects, that's pretty much it. But unlike a lot of these people, I'll listen to folks' arguments. I'll listen to their point of view. I'll listen to what they have to say, and I will say this, that most women who listen to me get the things that I am saying completely wrong, which that's to be expected because most are listening with their emotions and not with their logic. Also, many have never been challenged before. Most have never been challenged before, never had anybody had to actually ask them, well, why? So here's the thing, ladies, you've wanted equality for the longest, but now you got it. You had the early lead, but after 35, at age 30, men start catching up. At 35, men are leading. Men are leading, and what are you going to do about it? That's really the question. Moderators, keep a close link hit on the chat room because I don't want folks in there getting out of control. Keep the likes up. Guys, we have 2,400 people watching. We don't even have 1,000 likes. I mean, really? Oh, I that's right. I forgot. Y'all got kind of excited. Y'all see me still in New York City. Y'all forgot to hit the like button. Cool. Hit the like button now, please, if you don't mind. Because I feel some kind of way if you guys are not hitting the like button. I mean, I do. Likes are free. That's the least you could do. Okay? The least you could do is hit the like button. So, here's what we're going to get into. Need to get something going on real quick. And I think I'm going to be here for another week. I'm contemplating moving back to New York City. That's just what's going on. I'm contemplating moving back into New York City. So what I need you ladies to do is I need you to listen to everything I'm about to say, breathe, and don't respond until you hear what I'm saying. Do not respond in anger. Okay? I need you to listen though. Many of you have been lied to by the very aunts, mamas, cousins, nays, big mama that raised you. They told you that this whole color purple narrative of black men or men, they're all abusive and mean and this and that, and they're your enemy, and there's something to be feared. something to be used, manipulated, to be taken advantage of, to the point to where it's always a game between men and women. Well, that's fine. Okay? That's fine. If that's what worked for your mama, for everybody that has a horror story, I just don't believe all the horror stories I hear because I just never saw any of these things. But the thing is, why aren't these women who gave you all this good sage advice, why aren't they happily married? Because no one wants them. No one wants them for the same reasons that if you don't straighten up, no one's going to want to deal with you either. So here are the women I want to talk to. I want to talk to the women who are adjustable sixes and higher. Adjustable six, eights, nines, and even tens. The women who could actually physically land that high value guy you're talking about. That Henry, that high earner, not rich yet. I'm taking the gloves off tonight. I'm not even playing in the games. I'm talking about the kind and caliber of man that you ladies say you want. But I'm also going to tell you this. Most of you ladies lose when it comes to high value men. Why? Why? I'm going to tell you some things that these ladies do that cost them opportunities with high value men. Just like that. But before we get into it, let's see if we got the likes up. We're getting there. All right, so here's the thing. First thing, when you're dealing with a man like Ike, you're dealing with a man like Theo. Look, when you're dealing with a high value man, a man who is paid the cost to be the boss, you can see his accomplishments. You can see his work. He walks it like he talks it, and you went back and he checks out. He's not a front. He's not a fake. He is what he says he is. The first thing you have to understand is the most valuable asset to these men is time. Guys like that did not become the men they are by playing games and wasting time. So the first thing you're going to have to do, ladies, is you're going to have to stop all the bullcrap game playing. Stop all the bullcrap game playing. That's right. I said it. Stop the bull crap game playing. The stuff that you do for the dude that's making $20 an hour, no disrespect, bro, but you know what I mean. The stuff that you do for the guys you're kind of attracted to, you kind of like, but you know deep down they cannot pay the cost to be the boss. They can't give you the kind of lifestyle you're talking about. You need to understand that these men over here are a different breed. They're a different breed, and if you come in playing games with these guys, they are going to sniff out your bullshit, and they are going to bounce. Let me explain something. A man like Ike, he'll spend $500 just to X you the French toast out. Let me tell you something. You ladies who think I'm going to go on 3 or 4 dates a week with guys to keep my options open, no, you don't get 3 or 4 Ikes. You don't get 3 or 4 of my dudes. You get one shot with these dudes, and these dudes they'll take you out and go where they want to go, and it is worth paying $100 to get rid of your funky butt. I'm going off on y'all tonight because y'all don't understand. These finesse channels, these level up channels, all a bunch of broke bees telling you how to do. I have yet to see one of them in a G6 driving a Bentley. They're all on green screens living in the suburbs feeding you a line. No offense, but they can't show the receipts. So they got you out here thinking that you can finesse, and you think you're going to finesse a man who's a director, a VP of mergers and acquisitions? You think you're going to finesse a man that is competitive and competes with everybody else? Are you stupid? You're not on his level. And the little bit of chump change you're talking about, you'll think you're getting a little funky $200 meal when you could have got a $200,000 ring. Oh, y'all don't know what I'm talking about. See, y'all are used. See, when I say stop playing the games, I mean it. Because you're playing chess and they're playing 4-dimensional. You're playing checkers and they're playing 4-dimensional chess. The games have to stop. What games do you mean, Godfather? Glad you asked. knock this 90-day rule stuff off. Well, let me first off, let me back up. Woosah. Get my likes up, man. First off, first thing that has to go is you need to drop this dadgum list that you have. So, PCS men, productive, competitive, successful men, Henrys, high value guys, they are who they are. And while you may be a prize of a woman, they are the catch. You need to drop these dadgum lists because these lists are just fantasies of school age girls playing with each other. He has to be this and he has to be that and blah, blah. Get rid of the list, ladies. Get rid of the list. Drop it all together. Leave that list. Leave your scrolls. Leave whatever it is that you've been running around carrying in your purse on a bent up napkin for the longest. Get rid of it. Because your list, your scroll, whatever, is nothing in comparison to a man of this caliber. Knock it off. Why do I need to get rid of the list, Kevin? You said don't have standards? Nope. What I'm saying is, what's going on with my jacket? What I'm saying is you don't understand that the game is different. You're competing for him. You're competing for him. He's not competing for you. See, the problem with a lot of you ladies, especially you attractive ladies or you cute ladies or you pretty ladies or you're used to most guys being thirsty. You're used to most guys, I'll do anything to get next to you. Not these guys. These guys are used to having women like you trying to get at them. You're not special. Not like that. You're special to somebody who can't afford you. To these guys, whatever. You come in different models, different shapes, younger models, older models, knock it off. So you need to drop the list. Drop the list of your requirements and just basically why? Because if he is where he is, trust and believe that anything on your list, he probably already got it. So don't ask. You don't go into places and start asking the price of certain things. What the old adage is, if you have to ask how much it costs, you probably can't afford it. If you got to bring a list, you don't need to deal with these dudes. You don't know who you're talking to. Going on, AC? You got to bring a list. You don't know who you're talking to. Next, you got to stop playing games, man. This is the big one. AC. You ladies need to understand these 90-day rules blow up in y'all's face all the time. These cat and mouse games you're used to playing on social media and the dating apps and texting stuff blow up in your face all the time with these guys. When they are interested in you, they're interested in you. But as soon as these guys start to sense that you're playing games that you play with these other knuckleheads, no. You're not going to bring these guys down to these guys' level. You playing games with the dude that's working second shift at Subway. You don't play games with the guy who owns the building. Who do you think you are? Get rid of the list and get rid of the games. See, a lot of you ladies read that book called The Rules. And, okay, well, when he sends you a message, he texts you. Don't text him back immediately because of the do this. Wait and sit down and do this. And whatever the other little silly shit that you guys do, all of it is stupid. Because every last one of us is tied to this. Every last one of us is tied to this. And one of the surest ways to blow it with high value men, start playing games with this. Start playing games with this if you want to. Be talking to him 1 minute, then all of a sudden stop responding and think you're going to pique his interest. No, he's going to go on about and do what he has to do. He's not going to sweat it because he's a grown damn man. He's got things going on. But these guys are used to predicting the economic futures of companies and organizations, are reading charts and everything else. You don't think they can predict your stupidity? They can see when you start to play games, and the first thing it is, it's offensive. It's highly offensive, and it insults people's intelligence. It's like, well, hey, I'm out here making moves on Wall Street, and you think I can't tell that you playing some little childish text game? Who do you think you're dealing with, young lady? That's what a lot of you guys don't seem to understand, because you treat all men as though they are the same. And you can't. You have to treat men according to who they are. These guys, you need to drop the list and stop playing the games. Plain and simple. The games will get you done. The games will get you done. I can tell you story after story after story of women who were dealing with or dating or kicking with high value guys or success PCS guys, and all of a sudden they just stopped. And they can't figure out what happened, because more likely than not, they sensed the games you were playing. Because these guys, you can't dangle sex in front of them. That's not going to do it for them. They're looking for they're trying to see if you recognize how valuable the opportunity you have is in front of you. That's it. These guys are trying to see, do you realize what you have in front of you? Or do you think I'm just like everybody else? And sad to say, 80+% of you guys blow it. Because you're so stuck on the games and the lists. Like I said, the kind of guys I'm talking about will spend money to avoid you. They go to places to avoid women of a certain caliber, of a certain age, of a certain attitude, of a certain disposition. And this is where it starts to get really tough, because women don't seem to realize the older you are, the lower your value is. One of the biggest groups of women that tend to have an issue with some of the things I talk about are older women, women over 35, and then single mothers. And I'm like, it doesn't matter how I say it. Many of these women, I've heard these women talk about, I've heard some stupid stuff, as if a child or two children just doesn't affect your value at all. But what none of them are is wives or significant others long term to the kind and caliber of men that they talk like they know. Here's what it comes right down to. Unfortunately, hypergamy for ladies, consolidating on the highest value man in your area, but you have to make a decision. Staying in this game staying in the relationship dating game. A lot of you have stayed in it too long, and all you know how to do is play games. All you know how to do is do short-term stuff. And these guys are not into the short term. They're driven with an instinct for more. And if they're going to have to play a game, they're going to play a game with somebody younger, hotter, better body, less drama, who they can actually, impress with some things. Why would a guy need to take a 40-year-old woman? And why am I talking about this? Because of several videos I watched over the last couple of 3 weeks. And I'm telling you, ladies, if you're in your 30s or 40s, nothing's new to you. You've been here, you've been there, you've done this, you've done that. You're not impressed. And you want a man to impress you. And I'm like, you don't seem to understand. It's on you to impress the man. You're looking for his last name. You're looking for his ring, his commitment. And this is what I see far too often with these older women, these list-driven women, these game-playing women. I don't care how attractive they are, and there's some that are really attractive. They don't seem to get it. And I'm like, all right,
But even though black don't crack, milk still spoils. The wall is the wall, and fertility is what it is. And unfortunately, I see far too many women, in general, sisters in particular, who are professional, productive, competitive, successful, single as, oh, I don't want to say single, unmarried as French toast. Because when you say single, the comeback is somebody will hit it. So that's not how we keep score. We keep scoring active proposals. So for the ladies who have a problem with my content, I just have a question. I have several questions. Is a man actively pursuing you to be his fiance inside of 6 months? Do you actually have a marital prospects within 6 months? Because the older you get, the more important this is. You don't have time to play games over 30, ladies. Why is this important? This is important because I'm listening to so many women, listening to so many women. You need to stop listening to women. You need to start listening to men and the kind and caliber of men that you want or would hang around the men you want and hear what we're saying. Get away from these finesse channels, because let me tell you what happens when you try to finesse a high value man. You play yourself out of position. We laugh. I'm gonna tell you right now, some of the stories that I'm gonna tell you that I've been a part of, Mashir, looking at you lose dollars chasing cents. And it's funny. You trying to get your light bill paid, or you trying to hustle up and come up on a $500. You telling somebody you got a $500 credit card bill, or they're gonna pay your car note in like $500. It's worth $500 just to see how you gonna act. See, men are waking up, ladies, and this is the problem a lot of you have with it. They're waking up and realizing that the best of you still are doing the dysfunctional things, and that's fine. But if you're playing games, there's a winner and a loser. And if you're going to play games, you need to pick your opponent wisely to ensure victory. You try to finesse high value men if you want, and there are more stories. I would be willing to bet you, if you could hear the truth from these women, there are more stories of women getting flued out by high value men and getting stranded because they were out there on some BS. Getting in a position where they thought they were playing this situation against that. Next thing you know, they are ghosted. Why? Well, because these women lose with high value men, and they lose epically quickly. And there is no coming back from it. So to recap, ditch your list. Ditch that list when you're dealing with the kind of man you're talking about. You got to ditch the list. Like I said, if you got to ask the price, you don't need to be there. Man, we got to. All right, if y'all don't get these, y'all still haven't got my likes up. See how y'all doing? See how y'all act? Get my likes up. Let me call somebody in the chat room. Hit on it. First class out, Greyhound back. First class out, Greyhound back. Ditch the list, stop playing games. Ditch the list, stop playing games, and then you need to get a checkup. You need to actually get a real evaluation of your current marketplace. You need to get a current marketplace evaluation and estimate. And you cannot get it from women. You can't get it from your girlfriends. You can't get it from your homegirls because y'all all overestimate each other's value. You like to tell each other what's going to make them feel good. You need to understand that if you're hunting, because it's a jungle out here. If you're hunting, you got to use the right uh, the right arms for the right prey. You can't go fishing with an Uzi. You can't go lion hunting with a net. You need an evaluation and to understand about what you can get. And here it is. Ladies, if you want to achieve higher success, you're going to need to stay in your lane. Some of you will never get a high value man, and you're foolish to even ask for it. I've seen women with multiple children, never been married, just because they're cuter than most, call themselves high value women. Well, no, lady, you're not. Men are high value. Women are competitive. There are no such thing as truly high value women. Men are valuable because we are the builders. You're the accessory. You're the helpmeet. One party is required. A high value man desires a woman but does not need one. That's why I say take these lists and things and get rid of them, because you start playing games with these guys. And here's another game you guys like to try to play with these men. High value playing sex games with high value men is laughable. It truly is. Look here. The kind of man that you're talking about has multiple women wanting to have their baby right now, thinking you're going to hold your sex back as if what you're offering is thousands of times better than what's out on the market, shows a real lack of understanding, situational awareness. You may be gorgeous. You may have, your yoni may be the bomb, but trust me, it's all relative to us. And these are some truths that a lot of you ladies don't understand. Well, what are you saying? I feel like you're trying to knock women down. And you're trying to, destroy their hopes. No, I'm trying to get you to understand, because so many of you, your hopes and dreams and goals are so out in the stratosphere, no one could ever reach them. And the kind of men who could don't want you. Yesterday's program was all about women being able to understand the truth and rejection and all those other things. And that's really what this high value thing has done for a lot of women. It stirred them up. And I've watched videos. And I'm seeing a bunch of women who call themselves high value women. And I would love for you all to call in and have you respond to me on the video. But I'm telling you, 95% of you, I wouldn't classify, even if there was a thing called high value women, 90% of you are not it. Here on YouTube, take it how you like it. 90% of you are not. Based upon what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, why is that important? Because you're calling yourself something that you're not. The same thing with boss, queen, diva, level up. But what you don't hear these women called is wife. All right, so here's the thing. I would like to open the call lines up, and I really want to speak to the women who want to understand what they need to do to get better, who really have a desire to say, you know what? Maybe I heard it the wrong way. Maybe I got some things wrong, but whatever. When I look at what I want, I'm not getting it. How can I get what I want? And I always say, ladies, well, what do the men that you want? Let me say that again. Ladies, I always ask you, what do the men that you want? What do those men want? And most of you have no clue. And you wonder why you can't get his commitment, his ring, his last name. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Now, here's what we're going to do. I got a couple of announcements to make, but let's get into it. Nope, that's not right. Well, this is too harsh. I don't think you're being fair to the ladies.
Money work.
Somebody asked if she's a high value one.
Se arregla con dinero.
Oh, you poor babies.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero.
Go, Tierra Scoops. Money world girl, money world girl. Money world girl, money world girl.
Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue.
Money world.
El mundo quiere dinero.
Come on, ladies, drum on in.
Money
Money world.
Se arregla con dinero.
Ditch the list. Yeah.
Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero, Money work. De corazón, la plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón, yeah. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah. Money work.
I got to rerun this because Zoom is not acting right.
Money work.
Luna.
Lunático.
Run it back.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te la ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money world. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón, porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción, yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money world, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah, yeah. Money world, se arregla con dinero, yeah. Money world, de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, yeah, de corazón, yeah. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work.
Luna.
Lunático.
Thank you, Tiara. She's a good place filler. Tiara Scoops, everybody, the Money World girl. Is she high value? I would say that's an incredible woman. She actually helped me out. I used to play that song Money World. And one day I was just looking for a woman dancing, and she had her Instagram up, and she did such a good job at one of her videos. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. I like her energy. I think she's cool. That's dope. So, there it is. The link is in the chat room. Make sure that link is working. All I ask, ladies, you got to understand something. What do the men that you want? Why is this so hard for you ladies to understand that the men that you want have options? The men that you want have choices. You are valuable. You're attractive and all this other kind of stuff, but what about what they want? Can they get what they want from you? Because what we've heard for so long is there ain't nothing out here. Well, what about if it is? I'm here in New York City, and I'm gonna tell you, there are plenty of things going on around here. Why can't you get it? Why is this thing? Join audio. All right. I can't see your You need to go ahead and connect your microphone, ma'am. Put the link in the chat room, folks. View gallery. I'm gonna hide my self view. So here we go. Aaliyah, go ahead.
Hello?
Hello. How are you?
Oh, wow. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm well. So, how old are you?
I'm 21.
21? Uh-oh.
I know.
No. No, that's fine. That's fine. So what do you have on the topic before we get started?
Okay, I generally agree with everything you're saying. First of all, I'm from Guyana. I haven't really noticed any Caribbean persons really on your channel. So if I seem to have like an accent, it's because I'm from Guyana.
Okay.
So I agree with everything you're saying. However, how as women, we know that men are basically the prize, but you mentioned that okay, we shouldn't basically have these men on a rat race as it relates to the 90-day rule and whatever else.
Right.
But as it relates to, we know that we have to uphold a standard, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And if we just allow or accept anything or just give ourselves freely to these guys, then they basically see us as, okay, we're easy maybe, or like maybe we're giving ourselves or giving the same
How do
thing
you know
to
that?
another guy. Well, I'm not really sure. Well,
Okay,
as it
then hold on,
relates
hold
to
on,
my
hold on, hold on. Listen,
experiences,
listen. You just
okay.
said if we do this, men will do that. How do you know that?
Well, as it relates to, well, I can't assume, but as it relates to like the men in the Caribbean, I speak from the men around my area.
Okay.
I know that
So
the
have you
culture is really
no. I
different.
don't need well, I don't need to know about all okay. You're 21 and you're telling me what you think,
Yes.
but you don't know this.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just
But
asking
listen.
because
So what you've basically done is told me what you've been told. But and you're 21, so somebody had to tell you these things.
true, that's true.
All right. So what? So you're listening to the people who told you these things. Are these women successful and happily married to high value men?
Not necessarily.
Exactly. So
No,
you're
not
listening to a bunch of
necessarily.
women who are not successfully, happily married to high value men tell you what high value men do. Hmm.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
What it is many of you young ladies listen to the wrong women, and what you're saying is you don't want to have these men running on a rat race. I'm gonna tell you right now, the men I'm talking about aren't going to run a game. We're trying to run the world. We got things that we're trying to do in the world. We don't have time to run and play games after you guys.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I know you say it's true, but that's what you want us to do. You want guys, you want all men, regardless as to what they're doing, whether they're hourly workers at Subway or a hedge fund manager, you want them all playing some game to your benefit. To where you can just cycle through your text message and pick who you want to go out with on Tuesday or Thursday, who can buy you a purse, who can take you to get sushi, who can get you a mani pedi, and that's bullshit. These guys aren't going to do it.
Yeah, I
You
understand
quiet
that.
because you know I'm telling the truth.
Yes, I've never had anyone really, hand it to me like that because, like you would have rightfully said, the women that I've been listening to aren't necessarily, women of that caliber.
So if you have a brother?
No, I
Okay.
don't.
Okay. Any siblings?
I have two sisters.
So if your sisters were your brothers and they were both high value brothers, would you want them running out there doing these things, running after women like yourself? Would you want them taking their
Hmm.
time and their resources running after women doing the things you're saying about that women do?
No,
Exactly. Because it's wrong. It's selfish and it's wrong. And that's the thing. If you play a selfish and wrong game, I don't care what happens to you. I'm going to be honest. If you're out here trying to finesse guys and hustle guys and that kind of stuff, you get what's coming to you.
that's true.
That's why so many
But
women have their
also,
guards up because they're out here doing the wrong thing. Go ahead.
I know that I've heard persons say that men, all right, they usually choose a woman that reflects who they are or their value basically.
Mm-hmm.
And what's kind of confusing me is that, okay, you as a woman, I would want my significant other or my husband, yes, I would like to have a high value man, and I would like him to be basically not necessarily the only, but he should be able to be proud to say that, okay, she's mine. No one has necessarily been there before, or to say that, okay, I've had her, and the
No,
stuff
I don't. I
that
don't know
men
what you're
would
talking
usually
about.
say.
Could you make it? Are you making asking a question? Or are you making a statement?
It's more of like a question.
I don't get. Okay,
Okay,
make it simple.
let me rephrase it.
Okay.
So, okay, let me use an example. Let's say I have a high value man and he approached me, we're talking, we're in the dating phase or whatever else. Most guys, they choose women that reflect them, like reflect their value. So if I'm to, okay, if he's to take me and make me a wife, then he wouldn't want to be in a room where all the men would say, oh, I had her and I did this with her and I did that with her. So as a woman, I'm basically trying to protect that,
Right. Well, here's the
avoid
thing, and
that from
and that's
happening.
fine. That's fine. You're trying to protect your virtue. Cool. Uh, but here's the problem with that. The same women that say they try to protect their virtue sleep with scrubs. I've never met
Yeah,
I've never met a competitive woman who hadn't banged a loser.
yeah, that's true.
So that just undercuts your entire argument. You don't want him to be in a room with other men like him, and then have every guy in the room says, I had her," when the goddamn busboy or the janitor, because he has the right kind of swag, could have said, "Shit, I had her."
Yeah, true. That's true.
But here it comes right down to, you want to have sex with men who can keep their mouth closed. Because as a man, I can never know who you've been with. I just
Yeah,
can't
I
know it.
would.
But when you start you know when you start trying to, and I get it, you want to keep your virtue low. I mean, keep your body count low. Okay, well, that means you got to pick. You got to pick, and you don't have you don't have all the time to play. But I appreciate you calling in and being honest. You said some things that a lot of women would probably think, but I'm just trying to show you what men think of. This is what men hear. Men have heard a lot of game playing, a lot of one sidedness, a lot of selfishness in what you said. It's all about you. I want to protect my virtue. I want a man to be at a certain level. It's all my way. Fine. What is he going to get for picking you, though? That's what you guys need to figure out. Appreciate it, sis.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Shout out to the caller. She
Bye.
had some good points. She had some good points. But, I would say this too, man. Let me speak to some of you guys. She made a good point. A lot of you guys need to keep your mouth closed, man. You need to learn how to keep your mouth closed. A gentleman never kisses and tells, but a smart man keeps his mouth closed. You want to have access to beauty. You want to have access to quality women. Keep your mouth closed. You can keep your mouth closed. You can help. You can get a lot of things done. Keep your mouth closed. Galaxy 8. Hello. Your name is what? Hi, Autumn. Hold on. How are you?
Well, thank you.
Good. What do you got for me?
So I really just wanted to say that I really appreciate your content. I've been enjoying listening to your live chats over the last few days. I'm actually married, so
Okay.
just wanted to share that.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. You didn't have a question, or you were just saying thank you.
Yep, just was saying thank you.
Appreciate it. Hopefully you and your husband get a kick out of the program.
We absolutely do. I actually, if you don't mind, I don't mind sharing a little bit of our story
Oh,
if
go
you're
ahead.
curious.
You're about 30 seconds. Go ahead. 30 seconds.
All right.
Go ahead.
So we actually met in college. Both of us are engineers. We went to an HBCU together. We graduated together. We were best friends for years before we decided to date. And we just got married about a month ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, I like to hear that friends getting married thing, because honestly, that's really what it comes after all the sex and everything else. It comes down to friendship and putting each other's teeth in and walking around the park, giving each other insulin. So, have a good time, sis.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. It's nothing about high value men. You don't get love with us. I don't want your love. I want your respect. I, Respect me first, love me later. I'm gonna tell you, dealing with guys at a productive, competitive, successful men, we are pragmatic. We're not swept up in the Harlem romance. Yes, everybody would love to have these feelings, but we have to have the bases covered. Look, when we walk out of here, you're gonna look good on my arm. You're gonna make me look good in front of my partners. You're gonna play your part. I'm gonna play my part. I'll respect you. You respect me. I'll honor you. You honor me. But I'm running this ship, and you have to make a showing of following this. Look, the whole thing with Jenny Mai and Jeezy and whether she's playing the game and all this stuff up in the air. And the real question is whether or not he's getting hustled. Hell, he's got a 41-year-old woman who's trying to learn how to submit. I like what she said. Do I think it'll last? I don't believe any marriages in Hollywood. If truth be told, I know enough about Hollywood to know. I've always said I think they should have Hollywood marriages, and they should come in four varieties: 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 7 year. Those are the packages. When you get married, you should be able to select. This is a 1 year marriage, or we're going to take the Ryan Phillips. We're going to not the Ryan Phillips, the Ryan Reynolds. We're going to take the Ryan Reynolds 7 year. We're going to take the George. We're going to take the so and so 5 year, or we're going to get the 7 year package. The 1, 3, 5, or 7 year. Because at 10 years, lifetime alimony kicks in. Different things. All right. So iPhone, go ahead.
Hey Kevin, it's Stacy.
Hi, Stacy.
Hello, how are you?
I am well. What you got for me? What did I
Well,
get wrong? Tell me what I got wrong.
well, I agree with most of the things that you say, but sometimes I feel like we
Mm-hmm.
can expound a little bit more on the guy's responsibility.
Okay.
When guys come on to me, it's like a lot of heaviness. Like they want to kiss and they want, me to go back to their hotel room and all this stuff. And I just don't think that's appropriate. Like I feel like it should take some time
Okay.
before all that happens.
Okay. So you say that I should expound on the guy standpoint. What the guys? I should speak about men.
Yes, because I've even heard one of your podcasts where
Okay.
you allowed men to call in and they were like all over the place. They didn't
Hold,
understand.
hold on, Stacy. What I need? How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay. You're old enough to know and see in popular media that what men's shortcomings are, problems with men, get plenty of airtime. Daytime TV is littered with females talking about relationships. True or false?
Okay.
Is that true or false?
I don't know, but I'll say true.
The talk, the real, the view, those are three just right there.
Yeah, but they don't have a men's talk show where
Well, no,
men come together.
what I'm saying is women talk about the problems with men. Men have ladies, your issues with what men do or don't do has been heard since the 80s. What I'm saying, where else do you hear men talking about issues with women?
No, yeah, I think what you're doing is great. It's a great perspective.
Well,
Definitely
so
needed.
there's you're asking me for balance, and I'm saying that that's rich to ask me for balance when there's no balance in popular and here's why most women ask me for balance because it's like, well, damn, every time I turn in, you're saying something wrong with men. I mean, with us. Well, Stacy, put yourself in men's shoes for just a second. Since 1980, Donahue, Oprah, Sally Jesse Raphael, the beginning of daytime talk TV, men have been hearing what we don't do for the better part of 40 years.
Yeah.
And you have one lone voice on YouTube. And even you are asking me to go to a different path when we already have enough data on men. We need to discuss what's going on with women because that's the disconnect because men aren't marrying you. Now to your point. Now to your point, you say men want to get hot and heavy too soon.
Yes.
All right. Uh, no one can see you. Um, are you a virgin?
No.
All right.
No, sir.
How long should it take before you have sex?
I think like once we've established some kind of acquaintanceship, like not
Give me
just
a number, boo. I mean, we're men.
I mean,
Give me a number. You got to give us numbers. You can't give me vague. Give me a number.
okay, can we say like a couple of months at the least?
A couple of months. And how many times am I going to see? How many times am I going to go out on a date with you in 60 days, 8 weekends? How many times am I going to go out with you? This is how men think,
Uh,
sweetheart.
okay, let's say we go out every weekend. So
So that
maybe like
so that's once a weekend. So that's a minimum of 8 dates. Are you talking about Friday and Saturday? Or are you talking about Saturday and Sunday? What are we talking about? This is how men think.
okay, well maybe like 6 dates.
You said 2 months, 6 dates. You said 2 months. Well, just tell me the truth, because I think you're being honest when you finally tell me. See, now the numbers are starting. What you're doing is now that I put numbers to it, it's starting to sound unreasonable to you. But this is what
Mhm.
you ladies do. You throw these numbers. You say, get to know one another. Um, well,
I guess my
here's the problem. Listen,
my can
listen. The problem with that is one, in a man's mind, we know you've had sex with people in under 2 months, and and we just know this because we're not virgins and we're not stupid. So you men automatically run the numbers, and if you slept with a guy inside of a weekend and asking me to wait 2 months, I'm paying more. That's how we think. And
Okay.
I need you ladies to understand that we're not going to change. You're going to have to change. We are not. This is how we think. If you gave up the draws on a one night or on a weekend and you're asking me, a guy that you like, to wait 8 weeks and pay for 8 dates, you're asking me to pay a premium for, listen to what I'm about to say, Stacy, used yoni. That's how we think. Do you
Okay.
know that's how we think? That what I'm saying is, do you know that's how we think?
That would make sense.
All right. So to us, it's not. And here's the thing: you're asking me to wait 8 weeks. Is it for sure going to happen after 8 weeks? No, it's not. Even if it for surely happens after 8 weeks, is it going to be worth all that time and money and effort I put into it? We can't know. So you're asking us,
But
hold on, this is what men think. You're asking us to invest all of this, and we're still saying, well, you had sex with him after a college party.
right, but let's just say we give it up on the third date and we're really into each other.
Mm-hmm.
What if then he's like slow, then they want to pump the brakes. That's what I don't like.
Well,
Then it's like
well, here's the thing. First off, I'm a big proponent of you ladies should not be going out with a man that you're not physically attracted to. If you are not attracted enough to me to sleep with me on the first date, you should not accept my date. If you cannot see yourself sleeping with me after the date, you should not accept my date. And
yeah.
that will cut a lot of this out. But let's go on down your line. You had the 3 date rule, which is fair. 3 dates is fair, I believe. I mean, I know some guys are like, I want it on a first date. Where do you do that at in mass? I don't know, but um, I don't. 3 dates is fair, but you're saying that after he hits it, then ghosting or just kind of like losing interest.
Right. They want to kind of take a break or slow things down. Like I feel like the dates don't happen as often, and there's a 2 week gap and things like that.
Okay. Have you ever asked a man that's done this why?
I'm sure they're gonna say something just to be nice.
So, in other words, you have not.
No.
Why?
Um. Well, I've talked to one guy, and I guess maybe I was just a little too immature at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I was like moving too quick. I was talking about, marriage and stuff. And that's the thing. I felt like he didn't want to go there and he thought that I was moving too fast.
Okay, so after you had sex, you start talking about marriage.
I need to know these things.
Well, here's the thing, sis. You should have knew that before you got in bed with them. I don't think if you want marriage, you should only be dating men who are marriage minded. See, here's what you don't see. What I'm hearing from you is a lack of accountability. One, why are you dating? If you want marriage, why are you dating men that don't want marriage? Because he was hot. I liked him and I liked the swag or whatever, whatever, whatever. You didn't get the basic questions answered up front. That's on you. Then after date 1, 2, and 3, you had sex. And then all of a sudden he fell back. All right. And you didn't ask why he fell back, but yet you're assuming. First off, you didn't ask. That's on you too, grown up. But then you're still carrying this now and assuming and projecting it onto other men. This is wrong. We don't want to pay for another guy's error. What should have happened is you shouldn't be going out with a man you wouldn't. I'm going to just be brutally honest. If you can't see yourself having sex and doing all the stuff that a man would want to, if he's not, doesn't turn you on, don't accept his date. Period. Because when a
Yeah.
man spends money, we expect something. Make no mistake, we expect something. And then afterwards, if you have sex, it's not our tendency to not to want to have more sex, right? It's not our it's
Right.
not our way. So if he didn't want to have more sex, it would have been smart to bite the bullet and ask, but see, then you risk having your feelings hurt or rejection.
Well, I did ask, and that's what he said. He pretty much said that he thought I was moving fast, and that's why I'm saying it's like we went out a couple of times and yeah, we got intimate, and then all of a sudden it was,
But you started, but see, the thing is, you started, it's not for you to bring up marriage. If you and I were going out, you don't bring up marriage. I do. Shut up. I have the ring. Let me get on the camera. Let me go ahead so you can see my
No,
face.
don't.
No, so you can
I
see
don't
my,
want
no,
you
I'm
to put
saying,
me
let
on
me
the.
get on camera.
Oh,
Let me show my,
sorry, guys.
no, shut up. I propose, not you. I decide if you're wife, not me, not you. You don't start doing that. You control access to your body. I control access to my last name. And see, the problem is what you're really saying is, in hindsight, I did not vet him properly. I should have known that I want to get married and have children and only date guys who want to marry and have children up front. That should be one of the first questions you marrying type women ask. I've said this for the longest. You should know that. And if a guy up front, hey, we're gonna go out Thursday, great. But I'm looking to get married and have children. Is that something you can see yourself doing within the next year or two? Well, see how it goes. I'm going with the flow. Okay, well, when you get off the flow, let me know. When you stop flowing, I would love to revisit and date you. I'm not bullshitting.
No, that's
Because
true.
men
I
who are
actually.
marrying, men who are marriage minded or open to marriage have no problem saying sure.
Right.
So you
I
put.
just asked the last guy that tried to get my number, even though I just met him at the lounge the other day.
Mhm.
But, he just was so quick to kind of try to get me And I think he's a high earner. He used to play football overseas, and now he has his own trucking company. And he was handsome, but he was just so quick to be like, are you about that life and all this other
About that
lingo
life
that
meaning sex?
I think so, because he was
Okay.
like all up in my ear, which is fine.
Well, here's the
But I didn't want to take it that far. And he's still willing to talk to me.
well, here's the thing. You ladies need to understand something. Dating equals sex in our mind. You control who you go out. Don't go out with somebody you wouldn't want to have sex with. I mean, we're grown-ups. We're not teenagers. If all he wants is sex, then there are other women to deal with. What does it matter
Yeah.
if he's a high earner and has a trucking company if he doesn't want what you want? See, you're still doing. This is why you ladies need to. I need to open a school and teach you guys some of these things because y'all because
I
you
hope
pick
he's not listening.
well
But yeah.
you guys pick horribly. If he didn't look the way he did, would you still be contemplating it?
No, I probably would have just walked on instead
Exactly.
of stopping.
Exactly. I'm talking about okay. So who is this? To be fit. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
I'm gonna mute you up for a second. What's your name again? iPhone.
Stacy.
Stacy, I'm gonna mute you. Go ahead. Go ahead. To be. What's going on?
Hi, how are you, Mr. Kevin Samuels?
I'm well. What do you got for me? What did I get wrong?
Well, I don't feel like you got anything wrong yet, but I will say that I'm definitely one of those women that has a list.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 30.
30. Any children?
No children.
You want to get married?
I do want to get married.
How many children do you want?
At least 3.
At least 3. Why aren't you somebody's wife yet?
That's a great question. I feel like the answer to that would be I've had like a lot of growing up to do over the past 10 years.
Okay. But I got to be honest. Why do you get a list at 30 years old?
Because as a younger, in my 20s, when I was in marriage years, I would say that I was not interested in men. I was dating women.
Okay.
And then after that,
are you still dating women? Are you still open to that?
No.
All right. So when did you decide to stop seeing women?
Stop dating women? Mm-hmm. Around the age 23, 24.
So for the last 7 years, you've been heterosexually dating.
I was in a relationship for 3 years, and then in another one.
So what are some things that are on this list? Does he have to be 6 feet tall, 6 figures, and all that other stuff?
Of course. I mean, not 6 figures necessarily. I asked for financial freedom, and I am 5'11", so I do like for the man.
What does financial freedom mean?
It just means that he has time. Like if I were to have a family, it means that he would have time to be able to, like one of our kids' soccer games or basketball games.
Whoa, slow the French toast down. Hold on. Pump your whole brakes.
Okay.
What the fuck did you say?
I said, if you were to have children, I would like children.
You expect a successful competitive man to leave slaughtering, killing dinosaurs and killing dragons to come to the soccer game? That's not how this works, boo. See, that's what no, let me go ahead and let you see my face too. That's not how this works. We work 12, 14-hour days. You go to the soccer game. I come home, dinner's ready, kids' homework is done. I play with them for a few minutes if I get a chance. They're in bed, then you service me. Because I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go out here and do it all over again to make sure you and these 3 kids have a roof over their head. Men don't have, I mean, seriously, I said, ma'am, that is not our job. It is your job to raise the children. It is our job to provide for the family. Financial freedom basically means, and do you want to work?
I don't mind working.
No. You watch my show?
I work currently. Yes, I watch your show.
All right. After you're pregnant, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills?
No.
Then you don't want to work. So, and what state do you live in?
California.
California, one of the most expensive states in the country. To have 3 children, to be a stay-at-home wife, I'm going to have to make around $450,000-$500,000 a year. I'll be in LA in 2 weeks, and I'm already looking at places out there, and they're hella expensive. The man who makes that kind of money does not get off at 5 o'clock to come watch a damn soccer game. This
I
is why.
understand that.
This is why your list makes no sense, which is why you're single. The first thing I said is get rid of the list because it's not rooted in reality. Have you ever dated a man that earned that kind of money?
I have.
Why didn't he marry you?
I felt like we were both emotionally immature.
How old was he?
29,
How old were you?
28.
Okay. Have you ever had therapy?
No,
No?
no.
No. That's always my suggestion. I would say everybody needs therapy in my opinion. But if you're saying you're giving these, you said you felt like he was emotionally immature.
I felt like we both were.
Right, and that's even more the case. You need to get yourself squared away because at the end of the day, you're asking a man to marry you, sit you down in a house, and give you 3 children and pay for it all. We expect a lot for that.
Mm.
What percentage of men in this country earn the kind of money that we're talking about?
Well, you mentioned 400K, so I think that's definitely less than 10%.
It's definitely less than West will.
10%.
We're talking about the top 5% of earners. 5. And this is where it gets brutal. Why would a man who's earning that kind of money, who can have who all women want,
Mm.
why would he pick you? That's what you got to ask, because you're
Right.
competing. You're competing with the women around him. You're 30. Why would I not go get a 23-year-old who hasn't had, boy, girl, this relationship, that relationship, this issue, that issue? Why would I not
Mm.
go? At 30 years old, you also got to realize that, he doesn't get the benefit of your youth. Somebody else had the benefit of that. Men are very practical when it comes to picking a mate. So this is why I'm saying that list is really a tool to keep you single.
Mm.
And you can sit back and feel justified saying I have standards. And what it really should say is I'm alone. This is keeping me alone. The reality is 72% of mothers in this country work full or part time. You're going to work. Especially in
I
California,
understand that.
you're going to work. And finding somebody who's willing to, well, that's what I would say. Therapy is always a good start. Therapy is a good start because you're already fitting things like that. You got to get your head right, and then you'd be amazed at how different things will look because relationships are reflective. We attract what we are. I think you.
Right.
All right, sis. Appreciate it.
All right, I have a question, Mr. Samuels, if you don't mind.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. If you don't mind, go ahead.
Thank you. Even though I do have this list, I do understand that it is not in my benefit to have this list. I've heard from men that it's not beneficial for me to have this list. But some of the feedback that I do get from men would be has a lot to do with my energy and how I carry myself.
Okay.
So the question would be, if a man is saying that I carry myself like a confident Black woman, as if I don't need a man, if my energy says that, I don't necessarily say that. How would I switch that energy?
Guys, get the likes up. Where's your dad at?
He's around, but we're not super close.
Okay. How many siblings do you have?
4.
How many brothers? How many sisters?
2 brothers, 2 sisters.
Are the brothers younger or older?
1 older, 1 younger.
All right. So yeah, 5 of you guys, all from the same father.
Mm-hmm.
And your mom and dad were married or not?
They were married. My father came in with 2 kids prior to the marriage with my mom,
All right. And where are you in the birth order?
second to last.
All right. Women who confident is another. I find is another word. This is going to tick a lot of women off. Confident is another word for scared. Why? I'm confident because confidence should not be a word that's used in a negative connotation, but with black women, it's used in a negative connotation. Confident that I can take care of what? Confident,
Myself.
huh?
Myself.
Right. So it's a shield,
Mm,
right? Shields are defensive weapons.
mm,
So confidence as a shield keeps people away as it should. See, there are women who are feminine, beautiful, inspirational, submissive, cooperative, and they're hella confident.
mm,
But even around you, you'll probably open the door for them because they are light. They're easy to be around. There's nothing hard about them. They're the most protected beings anywhere. Everyone rushes to protect a feminine woman. So
right.
confidence puts up a barrier of like, well, shit, she don't need me. She's doing fine on her own, and she's quick to tell me she don't need me. And it tends to come off from a lot of trauma. So I understand why many women and these sisters, because a lot have had things happen in their youth. I've seen the stats and the numbers on how many women have had, sexual abuse happen to them, and I mean, I've heard it through my life. This is why
Mm-hmm.
therapy is so important because if you give off the energy that you don't need a man, then you certainly won't be attracting men that can provide because we don't want that shield up in our face. And you got one time to say stuff like that to the kind of guy I'm talking about, and it's a complete turnoff. That one don't have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the kind of men you attract are broken beta males. This is why I said therapy. Confidence is not. If you watch my channel, I say CIA and FBI, right?
Mm-hmm.
Confident, intelligent, and assertive is what? A
For the men.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Confidence is not for you. It's for
Right.
us. You're feminine, beautiful, and inspirational. That's why the therapy is good. Because your energy is masculine. And call it
Mm-hmm.
what it is. Confident, strong, independent, it's masculine.
Yeah, I agree with you with that for sure.
All right, sis. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Have a great night.
You too now. He's cute. We got another iPhone in here. Stacy, is that you? Go ahead and unmute. I want to make sure. Is that you, Stacy?
Yeah, I think so.
Did you have anything else to say before I go ahead and cycle you out?
No, I agree. I think that though men should really try to take it slow, a little slower, but maybe not. I
Well,
mean,
here's the thing. Okay, let's talk about this because I'm always curious as to why women who are, you know, you got to admit you're in danger zone. We're not kids. Why is it that we need to take it slow when time is running out? Tell me.
so that you can make sure that that's the right one. I mean, if all we have, not all we have, but if one of the main things that we have is our bodies, then we don't want to just hand them a fast pass, if that makes sense.
So, men should take it slow. So, well, then, then what you're really saying, you're what again? You're putting accountability on the man. When what you really should be saying is, I should pick better. So if I have sex with him on the first day or the third day, it's going to work out because I picked well. Uh oh.
Yeah,
Uh
it's just that
oh.
attraction, but it's that attraction thing that you talk about. If I'm attracted to this guy and we have a little bit of sexual tension, all I can do is I guess hope that he wants
No,
to settle
no, no,
down.
no, 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 no. See what you just messed up. See, atavistic mating patterns is what's wrong with so many of our sisters. You go for attraction before competence. Attraction
Yeah.
comes later. Let me just break it down to you, sis. Uh, 40% of women report not reaching climax in most sexual encounters, and that's down. What used to be upwards of close to 70 or 80. Your attraction and all that shit doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It doesn't. Your orgasm is not required to reproduce. Only mine. There are women, if you listen to your mothers and your grandmother, your great grandmother, many women would tell you the real. They used to have to pleasure themselves. Women used to have to go to the doctor to be treated for hysteria. You know what that is?
Yeah, but for what?
Yeah, because they were not being sexually pleasured by their husband to climax. So in the late 1800s, early 1900s, women would go to their doctors for hysteria, and the doctor would strap on this device, plug it into the wall, and then go, and he would stick his hand down in her nether regions, and it was the first vibrator, and until she climaxed. Women went to the doctor for this stuff because look, when a man is out plowing the field, digging ditches, and all this other stuff. We don't have time to be blowing your back out. I'm gonna just be real honest with you. You ladies want loyal alpha males to come go out and work, make $1 million, and then come uh, be Joe in the bedroom. That's bullshit. What you want male dating options. You want to be able to have sex the way we can with no strings. Never happened. It's a double standard. But again, you don't have to fight on the front line of the military or go dig ditches or build skyscrapers either. So, just like all other women, pick better. Pick better.
So would you say 4 dates is good, and then that'll give some leeway for me to judge, okay,
Okay,
is he
if
gonna
you're
run
attracted
off?
to if you're attracted to him, would you sleep with him on the first date?
No, I make that a definite no.
Well, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem because you're going out with men.
Is that not being easy?
I'm tell you right now, with men like myself, play games with me if you want to. I said at the beginning, this is why you lose. You're throwing all men into the same bucket. I'm not a sandwich artist at Subway. I'm talking about productive, competitive, successful men. You're not gonna make me sit around and play games with you. You're a grown woman.
Hmm.
What you're effectively, you are inflating the price and you are manipulating the situation. You're saying, well, I'm attracted to you enough on day one, but I'm going to make you wait one, two, three, four times just to see. Okay, then how do you feel when we play that game back with you somehow? Do you want the game played back with you too? Because a game always has a winner and a loser. I don't like games. Guys like myself don't like games. Pick better.
I agree with that, and I'm just gonna say that I wasn't trying to play games. I was just trying to be a lady
I
and
get it.
represent myself in a good fashion
You know how much,
and have
you know how many
manners.
how much sex I've had with ladies on the first night, and no one ever knows. It's what a gentleman does,
Yeah, but I'm sure some of those women wanted to be with you,
and I was. See, that's what you guys don't understand. Pick
but you
better.
didn't stay with certain
Oh,
ones,
hold
and now
on.
they're distraught.
Oh no, they're not. See, you just made up a bunch of shit. No, they're not.
How do you know, Kevin?
Uh, one, because I know who I'm referring to. Two, because there's nothing to be distraught about. Because I leave women better off than I found them.
I could see that.
So when understand something, when I have sex, when you have sex, it's not something that you're giving him. You're getting penis as well. You're getting an orgasm too. See, black women like yourself, you refer to sex as like you're giving him something and you're getting nothing out of it. You guys are multi-orgasm. You can get yours 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times.
Okay, I didn't know if it was
Exactly.
being easy or being
You
sleazy,
only
or
can, it
do they
only
want
it
a
only
woman?
matters if you pick poorly and your name is out in the streets.
Okay, I got you. That makes sense.
I said it earlier in the broadcast, gentlemen, you need to develop a reputation for not talking. Because let me tell you something, I only deal with ladies. I only deal with a certain caliber of woman, and I don't play these games. But have you heard anything on YouTube about anybody that I'm doing anything with? Any woman?
No, and I'm not worried about them talking. I'm worrying about them fleeing.
Well, that's a different case. Men tend to, you need to ask them why they're leaving.
Okay.
Because men tip, if we're getting what we want, why would we leave?
I understand. I used to be a little charismatic and out there and a little wild and silly. So I understand what you're saying. I know that there's some things, that
Okay,
women can work
we
on.
have a 50+%, we have a plus 50% divorce rate in this country, right?
Yeah.
Women in general, black women in particular, file 80% of all divorces. Men don't typically leave relationships. When relationships break up, who's leaving most of the time? I see your iPhone. I'm coming to you next. When relationships break up, who's typically leaving? It's women leaving. So if a man's leaving, he's not getting what he wants. And you need to understand what he wants. That's what I said at the beginning. What do the men that you want? And if you're not giving him what he wants, he's going to leave. And if you don't know what it is, you need to ask so they don't start leaving. You need to always be asking, am I giving him what he wants? And you only know by asking. Ask. Wanting to please your man, wanting to be competitive, wanting to make sure that he's not straying. That's what's
Okay.
missing to so much today. You ladies are acting like just because you had sex with a guy and it went out, it's like, okay, well, now we're done. No, we're not. We're not. We're just getting started. Because I got to go out here and conquer the world. You got to conquer this house and keep me here. Got it?
Okay.
All right, Stace. Appreciate it. Go
All right,
ahead.
bye.
Bye bye. Shout out to the caller. Good call. Go ahead and unmute yourself, other iPhone.
Hi.
Hello. What's your first name?
Hey, Kevin. I'm Chantal,
Hi,
and I'm
Chantel.
living in Dallas.
How are
I'm
you?
29, so I
Oh,
know I'm at the danger zone. And I have been binge watching on like a lot of your videos. But my thing is, I was a very masculine energy woman. I have my master's, very educated, and I was attracting a lot
I'm a
of men
PhD.
who would just stay at my apartment, use my car, and not put gas in it. And now that I'm trying to reprogram my mind and learn your content, how can I stay in my femininity and be soft and my FBI without going back to my old ways that I'm so used to?
When's the last time you were in a relationship?
My last relationship was 2017.
When was the last time you were seeing a man? Short term.
I'm currently dating someone who is a very masculine man. I wouldn't call him high value,
It's
but
okay. I mean, high value is static, doesn't it? Everybody doesn't have to be
yeah.
that. So your question is, how do you stay in your feminine and not
Because
regress?
so for example, he likes basketball, and with the games going on, he wanted me to watch the game with him, and it wasn't until this week after the game I realized I wasn't like cooperating because I don't like basketball, so I did not watch the
Okay.
game. And then after.
Okay. Let me answer the question.
Mhm.
Ready?
Mhm.
It's very simple. Say yes.
No, don't I run the risk of being a pushover?
Lean forward a little bit, please.
I know what's coming.
Being a pushover for a man that you want to be with.
Mm.
What did I say that men find high value in women? Fitness, cooperation, femininity. Why are you ladies so worried about being pushovers? This is more this color purple, Mister. I done had to fight all my life. You say you have a man that you like and he's masculine.
Hmm.
Why would you not want to be a pushover for him? Because you want him to tell you yes, don't you?
I do, but you see, the thing is like I don't want to be like a yes man. Like where every little thing he wants us to do, I'm just like, okay,
Why?
yes, like, or I
Why?
don't want him to
Why?
think.
Why?
I mean, I get your point, and I
No,
know
you
what you're
don't. No, no,
gonna
you haven't
say.
answered my question. Why? Those no. Why don't you? No, why?
Because I don't want him to think that I'm just saying like what if I like I mean, and I know what I'm about to say makes no sense, and I know what you're gonna say, but what if he's like testing me to see if like, oh, will I just put up with anything?
Oh, so in other words, you're so okay. Again, your whole thing. I asked you why. You still haven't answered the question.
I know. I mean, I
No,
honestly
you
feel like
don't.
it's
You
because
don't know because you keep saying you don't know, but you haven't answered. Proves you don't know. Why don't you want to seem like a pushover? Why?
honestly, like, okay, so I'm from a Caribbean background, and
Mm-hmm.
growing up with so many years of programming to be independent and not like depend on a man for anything, or
Uh huh.
don't be 100% under a
Right.
man.
Right. And that
It's gonna
doesn't
take a lot of
and it doesn't
reprogramming.
work. So
It
in
really.
other words, I said you asked me what can I do. You asked me, and I said this is what you do, and then you said no.
So you basically just say yes to
Well,
everything.
let's go. Let's rewind. Kevin, I fucked up. I can't get what I want. What I do doesn't work. So now I'm calling you in the middle of the night on YouTube. Help me, help me, help me. How can I keep what I like and get what I want? Got it, sis. All you gotta do is say yes. No. Hmm. I didn't tell you to jump off the Empire State Building naked and do a swan dive. I just said say yes. 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 Say yes. Say yes to everything. Yes. Yes. See, that's what a cooperative woman does. She cooperates. Yes. Hey, we're gonna the basketball game's on. Why don't you come watch it? Yes. We're gonna grab pizza. Yes. Yes. But see, what you don't want, to you that sounds like weakness.
Yes.
All right. Then go get you a girlfriend. And you be
No,
the
thank you.
well then, I mean, so because in other words, you want a man that you can tell say no to, yet the no to, then go get a beta male. I mean, that's what you had before. The guys driving up your car and putting in gas. You can tell them no all the time. But to men like you're talking about, you're gonna have to say yes, or they're gonna find somebody to say yes. Yes. And see, you gotta reprogram your mind to stop thinking this backwards ass bullshit that you're being a pushover and this and that. White women, Asian women, Hispanic women, Middle Eastern women, they laugh at y'all and y'all strong, masculine, independent, alone asses. When they saying yes, 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 going to the store with the ring on their hand and somebody to go to the grocery store in the middle of coronavirus because they got a husband. Well, every woman that keeps saying no, who's not a pushover, got to do all the shit by herself. Where's your dad at?
I don't have a good relationship with my father.
Okay,
He's still alive, but we don't talk.
okay, I get it. Do you have any brothers,
No.
sisters?
I wasn't really raised with on any male
All right.
figure.
So here's where you're at. You're an attractive woman, but you're in the danger zone. And in Dallas, you said
Yes.
Dallas is land of Dallas has a women in Dallas are a trip. I've spent 12 years there. There are a bunch of attractive, accomplished, single AF black women in Dallas because of that attitude. Nicole Michelle, femininity influencer in Atlanta, even talked about when she went to Dallas how many hard faced, jawline black women were around with this attitude. Say yes. That's it. Say yes. Say yes to everything that's not going to kill you. I mean, he's not asking you to do anything that's going to be bad for you or hurt you. He
No,
asked you
he's
to.
not.
He asked. So your man asked you to watch a basketball game, and you said no. That's selfish. See, so what he could have done is he could have said, "Screw it. I'm gonna go with my boys and watch the game, and I'm gonna leave you at home." You'd have felt some kind of way about that. Or he could have said, "You don't like basketball, so I'm gonna go to the bar and watch basketball and watch the game with people who like basketball, and there are women there who like basketball," but you felt some kind of way about it. So, in other words, he had to do what he liked by himself in a relationship.
I know, and trust me, I've been watch like I probably watched like 5 of your videos in one day, and like I know, but
Then that got us. You gotta say yes. Take where you say no. Say yes.
yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes. Everything say yes. Whatever he wants. Yes. 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 Trust me, we like when you say yes. He's gonna be surprised when you start saying yes. Say yes to everything. And here's the funny thing: the more you say yes to him, the more he'll say yes to you. The more you'll get what you want. There's a
Okay.
whole thing called the reciprocity principle that I don't have time to go into. But especially when brothers have a cooperative, attractive black woman saying yes, man, please.
Okay. I hear you. Thank you. I
You,
appreciate your content.
thank you. Bye bye. All right. To the other call, Danny, I can't get you up, sweetheart. Danny, I can't get you up. Your microphone's not connected. Say yes. Put the pride down. I know. Say yes. Yes, yes, yes. Say yes. Because let me tell you something, ladies. Uh, every man I know who's been divorced, who had these corporate career strong women, I tell you, the majority of them, 80+% of men say, you know what, the next woman I deal with, she just needs to be nice. She just needs to cooperate. That ranks so high. Let me just go ahead and say, for black men, it is so foreign for us to have women who cooperate with us. This is why a lot of brothers date out. I've told this story about the first time I ever dated a white woman. I'll share this story now. I was in college, and she went to a different college, and I was sick, deadly sick. And this is back before cell phones and pagers and everything else. Couldn't go out that weekend. She was 45 minutes away. Called me up. I'm sick. Next, about 4 hours later, I hear ding dong. I take myself down, and I look through the peephole, and here's Amy. And I look, and she has bags with her, and I'm looking like, who done it? Open the door, she comes in, hey, kisses me on the cheek, puts my hand on, oh baby, snucky hucky tucky, snuggly tump toofty tumpty. I'm like, she's talking to me like a puppy, because I'm not used to this. I'm not used to that. I mean, that happened when you were a little boy, but oh, snuggly Humpty Dumpty, chickadee duckadee, sugar spice, every poor baby, diddy 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 diddy. I was kind of like, what is this? Is weird. This I like it, but I'm not a. Well, no. You go lay down. We need to take it. You go lay down. Sat on the couch, gave me a blanket, some Theraflu or whatever. She went in there and had a pizza in her hand, my favorite pizza from Pizza Hut, and she had start making homemade chicken noodle soup, cleaning up the entire house, the condo, the townhouse. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, I'm eating pizza. She puts in my favorite video game, I got pizza and orange juice, blanket, Theraflu, and this woman's in there by herself, unannounced, unasked, stocking my refrigerator with groceries, making homemade chicken noodle soup. Then, after she finished, she came in and pleasured me and left. I'm sitting there with pizza, video game, movies, orange juice, a whole little, and it just I was like, and I was confused. A week later, I went to fraternity brother to frat meeting. And I was like, "Hey, has any of has this ever happened?" Because we have this thing called Good at Frat. People just share the story. She's like, "Oh yeah, man. Yeah. White girls are all like that. They're all nice." And I was like, I didn't. I was so confused. I was so confused. Just confused. Oh boy, good old Amy. Yes. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. So like this is like my third time calling into your show.
Mm-hmm.
But
What's your first name?
Cammy.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 25.
All right. What you got for me, Cammy?
Well, I would like to say that I believe I'm like a very submissive woman, but and I'm actually like I date high value men. I'm pretty much surrounded by them, but I can't seem to like keep one.
Okay. Um, you've called into my show. I've never seen you. Well, how tall are you?
Oh, you seen me. I called in for the show when you guys were doing the ratings.
Okay, I've slept since then. Okay, you can't seem to keep one for what? Marriage?
Yes.
Um, well, a more direct question: why should they keep you?
Hmm. That's a good question. That's what I've been asking myself lately.
Well, if you own the product that is you, and you don't know why the men that are buyers should purchase your product.
Okay, you're right about that. I wouldn't say like I don't know why like they should purchase my product. Like I'm a good woman. I keep myself
So you
together.
say,
Yeah.
what does that mean? You're a good woman. What does that mean?
Like I'm a genuine person. I keep myself together. Like I take good care of myself.
Hold on, you're a genuine person. Meaning what?
Meaning that when I date a guy, I date him because I actually care about him.
Okay, so all right. So you're a genuine person. I mean, okay, and then you take care of yourself. What does that mean?
I take good care of myself. Like I read often. I work out often.
How often are you working out?
I work out 5 times a week.
Dress size.
I wear like a 1 or 0
All right.
clothes.
So you're genuine and you're fit. Okay.
Also, like I have goals and I have like I have a career path that I'm pursuing. I have multiple like things that I'm pursuing. Like
lean forward. Lean forward.
I have like hobbies and just aspirations. Like I'm not sitting around.
Stop. Those are nice, but they don't matter to men. When are you ladies gonna understand? We don't care about your career.
I can see that.
So basically, what you got in your why they should buy you file is you're genuine and you're fit. I can go a lot of places and find genuine fit women.
I agree with you.
So what's special about you? Why should I buy you? Why should
Well,
they buy you?
for instance, I mean, what's special about me is the fact that I am me. Like no one else can ever be me. But I'm not saying that
Me.
that's
Okay.
like I'm saying that I'm a unique individual, and for who I am, where I come from, how I've been raised and everything, I feel like just to become the woman that I've become is a very special thing.
To who?
To me, to me.
Exactly. To you. But it doesn't mean shit to us.
You're right.
Everything you're saying is self-serving. And that's why I make
No,
you
you're
that's why I
you're
make you
right.
say it. I'm genuine. All right. I'm fit. All right. And I'm a special snowflake.
But
Great.
I listen to my man. Like I listen to my
But
man
that
and
but they
like
but in order for him to but in order for you to listen to him, he has to pick you first. See, you
that's
you
true.
guys already go to the why should he pick you? The music is running.
Danger
You're
zone.
close to the danger zone. And you have not found what separates you from the market, yet you want the top of the market. See, the kind of men you want, we know why you want those because they're productive, competitive, successful. They've done stuff. They have a resume to show. And on your resume, it says, I work out and I'm genuine. That's a pretty light resume.
So what sets a woman apart if it's not career and it's not
Well,
uh
career sets women up. I mean, do you want to have to work after you're married?
not really.
So why should I give French toast about your career if it ain't gonna be no good after you're married? See how that works?
Yeah.
See what you've shown, ma'am, is you haven't put any thought into what a man is getting when he gets you. What he gets is he gets access to your body. That's it. Let's just be real. That's what he gets. That's what he gets. Because that's all you've been able to describe. And that comes standard, ma'am. That comes standard. You get access to his body. Those two things cancel out. It comes standard. I'm genuine. What you're showing, what you're saying is you're really not offering much. And that's hard for a lot of women to hear. I'm not offering anything better than any other woman is offering. What I got, I mean, your JJ is standard on every model.
I agree with you.
So if you haven't done anything to make yourself stand out or special, why should you get special? That's why I say average women have a real hard time accepting that they're average.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
So, why don't you date guys who are average or above average?
I actually the guys I date are above average. They
But you said
are.
I date high value men, but I can't just seem to get one. You're way outside of your range. The first thing you said is you want to keep a high value man. You don't want an average guy or above average.
Those are the guys that I attract.
Well, ma'am, you're genuine and physically fit. That you're attracting for sex. You're not attracting for marriage. They're not trying to marry
And
you.
that's what I would like to change.
Well, exactly. But you gotta see what you're basically trying to do is you're trying to get a guy who can afford a Bentley to buy you at an Accord.
Right.
And if you want that, you need to become a Bentley.
I agree
You're
with you.
asking him to settle. Oh shit. And that's a word that's heavy on you ladies. You ladies don't want to settle, but far too often you ladies are really asking men to settle.
I wouldn't want a man to settle for me. Like
Well, but
I wouldn't
you
want that.
know, well, but you wouldn't want to say it, but in effect, that's what you're asking. You want a high value man to pick you to be his wife. And today, if that happened, he'd be settling based on the things you've said today.
I agree. I agree with you.
So it makes sense that you can't keep one. And you said, how do I
Yes.
change that? Well, make it
Yeah.
to where he's not settling.
But I don't know what else to change besides
Well,
my
you're gonna have
career.
to. Well,
Like,
I would tell you. See, that's the thing. This is why you're not going to get what you want because all you can think about is what they've told you. Go to school. That you go to your career. I've said it countless times, and you just don't get it. Why haven't you? You've called in my show 3 times. Why haven't you booked a session?
I don't know how. I've been trying.
You don't know. Do you mean you don't know how? Everybody else can seem to figure out how to click the button on
When I went
YouTube.
to the website, it talked about like men.
No, I've already told you how to do this before. See, really, you ladies don't want to pay to become better.
I will pay anything.
Okay, then I've told you how to do this. And see,
How do
this
you do it?
stop, 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 because I'm talking to the audience. This is why the Annabes and the School of Affluence and that kind of stuff, these ladies are getting plastic surgery, nips and tucks, the nutritionist, etiquette classes, and all this other kind of stuff. And you guys are talking about going to school.
Yeah, I'm
No.
gonna get
If you can't,
fillers.
and here's
I'm
the thing, boo,
excited.
if you can't figure out how to just go to my website and click the scheduling tab and click virtual consult, I've told you, go to click virtual consult and just check out or click general billable hour. That's it. It's not complicated. I've had 3 people do it today. You're not trying hard
Okay,
enough.
well,
You're
I
not
guess I
trying
missed the
hard enough.
show. No, I guess I missed the show because the website that I went on, it only has like men consultation. And
I
I
don't
didn't
care
know
what
if
it has. I told you what to pick. See?
I didn't hear it. This is my first time hearing it. That's what I'm like.
Okay,
This is my
well,
first time.
here's the thing, ma'am. It doesn't have men consultations. It has none of that stuff says men. The general billable hour doesn't say men. None of that stuff
Well,
says
maybe
men.
I looked at something different. But I'll
Overall,
go
what it
check
comes
it
right down.
out again.
Overall, what it comes down to is, ma'am, if you want a man at a higher level, you're gonna have to invest in yourself, and you're gonna have to deliver more than an Accord if you want a Bentley. And I'm
For
telling you, your
sure.
competition is not sitting here trying to figure it out. They're doing stuff. Um, like I said, you ladies who want these higher guys, they're not free. They come with a cost because it costs to become the men they are. Got it?
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
All right. All right. It's cool, but you can't do research. All right. So, Danny, I can't see you. 12:18. Tops is about to come. No need to play Tops today. Look, I will say, ladies, many of you would do yourself a favor if you would start to just get curious about men. What I'm hearing, far too many of you ladies just really aren't really curious about men. You don't know much about the men you say you want. It's all about what you want. It's very one-sided. It's I bring me to the table. I'm special. I'm pretty. I'm fit. I'm this. That's great. That just gets you an interview. Think of it as a job. These guys are putting a job description out, and it says you need to have a bachelor's in this or that and that. Just because you have the things that the employer is looking for does not guarantee you the job. That just means you get you're in the hat. You're not even guaranteed an interview. You throw your name in there. Then you talk back and forth. The dates are the interview process. And in the interview process, he gets to decide whether or not he wants to bring you back for a second interview, feel right, final interview, offer you a position. I mean, and every step along the way, you have to separate yourself from the competition because you're not the only candidate. You're not the only candidate. There are other candidates. And so you ladies like it when you have multiple candidates and you want these guys to be dating you solo. No, it's not going to work. And I don't know if you've ever had to compete for positions, but look, you cannot go into your second interview with this thing you did in the first interview. Oftentimes they ask you to do something. What are you guys doing going above me? I tell the story about Amy, not to glorify white women, just to show a difference in overall approach with that particular woman who happened to be white. Up until that point, every woman I had ever dated had been black. And I've had women who I thought were nice. They were they were perfectly pleasant, but going above and beyond, what the hell was that? I had to open the door, close the door, do this, do that. It was always more. You ladies gonna have to start learning how to give more than just your access to your body, because even that, you might be surprised that, huh, huh. I mean, some of you, I don't do this, I don't do that, I don't do. You better learn how to say yes, 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 yes. Give, 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 because the longer you wait, I don't care how hot you think you are, how special you think you are, there's always somebody, there's always another. And being able to sort these things out, being able to pick is the difference. Now, let me see if I can round this also thing. It's not over, ladies. Many of you are listening and starting to pick up information. What I want you to do is start acting on it. I don't want you to start saying, well, damn, I feel like at a certain age it's over. Let me be honest, man. A woman who is 20 in the danger zone should kick a young girl's ass. Because while you can never be the hot young 20 something, you should be far more mature, more cultured, more sophisticated, more learned. You should put a young girl to shame in your ability to get on my page. Young girls are just potential. They're like, let me just use an example in pets so everybody can understand. They're like puppies. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How you doing? How you? Hey, I love you. And everybody loves puppies. Puppies are a lot of work. You gotta, potty train them, and they can't walk them. But a more mature woman should get to the point where they're still that you're not old. You're not putting you out the pasture. You're at a point to where you can actually do something. Hey, go get my slippers. They're like, okay. I mean, you can actually do something. Everybody likes puppies, but you want a dog. You want you want something that's going to provide value, something that knows your moods, knows if you need, you're up or you're down, can read your mood. You come through the door like a yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just go there. High value men want women that are like a dog, like a pet in this sense. You happy to see us come home. You sad to see us leave. That's what these guys want. They want, hi, how are you? I'm happy. Oh, you're back? Yay, yay, yay. My world is great. He's back. Men will kill for that because the world has told men and women they don't need one another. So if you actually act like he matters to you and your world is better for him being there, men respond. When you have the attitude, I can take it or leave it, it doesn't really make a difference if he's here or not. I could simply go buy a dog and, well, then you can't get upset when guys are like, well, shit, all right. Relationships are reflective. You ladies are going to have to learn how to be vulnerable. I am on this as pretty as possible movement, and I'm on the, yes, you need a man. You need a man, sis. You need a man. Knock it off. Start telling the truth. Ladies, raise your hand and say, fuck that. I need a man. Fuck that. I want a man. Be honest. I need and I want a man. Ladies, start saying that. I mean, how many guys who just got all excited like, man, can you imagine what it'd be like if you came through the door and it was like, did you see? He's back. Hey, hey, honey. Did this and this. Really? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right, great. I'm thinking about getting Chinese tonight. Yes. All right. Then we're going to watch the Marco Polo rerun. All right. I'm gonna go buy a PlayStation 5. Cool. What are we gonna get? Call of Duty 17. Yes. Do you want a Jaguar, a Bentley, or a jet? Whatever you like. He walk out the door like, God damn, I won like a mug. He look at all these other dudes running around and got to argue back and forth with their woman. Can I get a little special? Anyway, y'all don't understand what saying yes does to men. Say yes. Learn how to say yes. Yes, 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 yes. Start initiating. You really want to... 5 more people drop something. Ladies, 5 more people drop something, and I'm going to give you 3 tips to keep your man at home, not at home, but coming back consistently. Because I'm going to tell you, this one, the first one I'm going to give you, guaranteed. 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 The whole saying, yes, 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 yes. Tell you right now, ladies, master the art of random you know, oral pleasure. Master that art. See, Chinese water torture, people thought it was they would just sit there and let water drip, 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 drip. That's not it. Chinese water torture, the water drips at irregular times. So you go crazy anticipating the next drip. Master the art of random loving. So you sitting there and the game is on, next thing you know, your head just drop in his lap. Bam! All the way till finishing. You know, spitters or quitters. No, all the way till you're done. Like a champ. Random. No conversation, just whap, wham, and go to work. Don't say crap about it. Finish and then act like, all right, so you want some shawarma? He'll be confused. You're like, what? He'll be like, what? Nothing. Then all of a sudden, get you one of those random, like a password generator that spits out random passwords. Get you something that spits out random stuff. And then all of a sudden, say, oh, all right. He come walking through the door one day on, Thursday, 7 o'clock. Boom, right there. Right in the doorway. Close the door. Don't even get in the house good. Whap. And as usual, all the way, and then, okay, I love shawarma. Let's get dim sum. Next time, random something else, do it again. Wham! Guarantee. He'd be like, he'd be hanging around the house a lot more. Be like, oh, damn. Never know when shit gonna jump off. Random. So agreeable. Yes. The whole give thing and not expect in return. Wow. Saves relationships. Saves relationships. That and the ability to say yes to everything that's not going to kill you or going to harm you. And get interested in something that he loves. If he loves video games, don't do it with him. Be interested in it because he's interested in it. If he likes Call of Duty, you don't want to play Call of Duty with him. You just want to hear his Call of Duty stories. Oh, you did? And you got the gun? And oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's what that, yeah. Didn't the last time you got the rocket? Oh, yeah, okay. All right, honey. You're like, wait a minute. She says yes to everything. Got the random loving. And she likes my hobbies. I think I need to go build a skyscraper for her. And I'm telling you, Men are very simple, and this is men across the board. Oh, oh, we got two more people called in. I was gonna hang up. Hey, Lucia is back. Your audio's not connected. The ability to say yes saves relationships because men expect you to say no. Men have been told that the best it ever is going to be is at the beginning. That's our expectation. It's as good as it's ever going to get right here. It's only going to get worse. Hey, Doc, what's going on? Unmute yourself.
Hey, Kevin, great show. I'm just dying laughing because I think the feminists are probably having a seizure from this episode.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, it's awesome. It's great. I just wanted to tell these ladies a story, but it's too long for a super chat.
Go ahead.
So I've had the pleasure and the honor of seeing how these relationships work between the ladies that are married to their high value men for more than 30 years. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So my dad's a surgeon. All his friends, same thing, CEOs, captains of industry. And they've loved motorcycles from the time they were teenagers. So now that they have a little bank, what they do is they take motorcycle trips all over the world. Australia, New Zealand. Last year they went to Norway.
Okay.
So I know for a fact 2 of these wives hate motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
My mom gets horrible motion sickness even in the car. But guess what? She's got the scopolamine patch, those little pressure bracelets on her wrist, and she is on the back of that bike for him. I don't remember a single vacation growing up that didn't involve motorcycles, and she was right there with him. Actually, he's moved her internationally 4 times. He just says, we're moving over here, we're moving to Guatemala, we're moving back to the States, and she's just there, right?
Right.
So these ladies, they don't just go. These ladies plan the trip. 2 of them are travel agents, these wives. They're not doctors, they're not lawyers, they're not CEOs, travel agents, and 2 are artists, and 1 doesn't have any profession. So the travel agent wives plan the whole thing. They pack, and they're phenomenal packers, like so disciplined. I've never seen people more organized. They know how much makeup they're going to need for this 10-day trip, and it's packed in little containers.
Right.
Okay, like that. So what they do is, because there's not much space on these bikes, they pack 4 days at a time, and then the hotel laundry does the laundry. Well, one of those nights, they got to the hotel too late. My mom told me there was laundry service was closed. They're not going to have clean clothes the next day. What would a normal woman do? I guess you're wearing the same drawers tomorrow, right? You flip them inside out. I don't know. No, these women were hand washing their husband's clothes for the next day.
Ay, Dios mío.
Hand washing that. You got to realize these ladies don't lift a finger when they're home. Okay, they've got maids and a cook and a driver. One of them has 2 nannies for when the grandkids come over. But if he needs it, they do it. They're right there. So.
See, and I think a lot of women think that when I speak about this stuff, oh man, these guys are in a fantasy world. Women don't act like this. And I'm like, no, yes, they do.
I just had to share. So here's the reciprocal part. Because when people, I think ladies don't understand, it's not equal. It's reciprocal relationship. On the way back from Norway, here's the kicker. They did a little side trip in Paris. And the purpose of that was to let the women go shopping.
Of course.
That was it. And I'm not talking like, little side boutiques. You know what I mean? When you go shopping in Paris, these boutiques, you have to have an appointment to shop there, let's just say. Right? You get an attendant, you get champagne. It's an experience. And the men aren't even there like supervising. They just give their wife the little Amex Black, you know what I mean? The cards you have to get an invitation to have.
Right.
And they say, here, honey, have fun. That's the reciprocal part.
And see, what I want people to understand is, even though this may be far outside of your economic reality, the reciprocity, the reciprocal nature of relationship, the things that you ladies are naturally if you allow yourself to get on page or on vibe with your man, the things you can think to do for us, we would never consider doing for ourselves. And we appreciate it more than you ever will know, to where we we feel like we have to give it back. That's why I was talking about
Yeah.
the principle of reciprocity.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do. So thank you for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw you
No,
called
I
me the
just
other
had to
day.
figure.
I didn't get a chance to get you on. So
No, it's all right. I figured you were real busy. I just wanted to ask you about those. I just learned about the 6 6s. I put it in a super chat later and people
okay,
were talking about it.
I
So
would.
that was kind of ridiculous. So I just wanted to ask you about it. But
I'll grab it next
um
time. What I'm going to do is have more of these because I like it when women get a chance to actually speak about their own experience, so it doesn't seem so
uh-huh.
preachy coming down from on high.
Yeah.
It's a lot
Uh-huh.
much easier. Thank you, Doc.
Oh, I got
Appreciate
tons of
it.
stories. Thank you. Great show.
Thanks. Bye bye, Dr.
Bye.
Lucia. So look, guys, I know you're thinking who shops at Paris and this, but the whole point is the wives, even if it gave them displeasure, she did it for her husband. And you need to understand that a man, when he sees that his woman is down for him like that, she's gonna get on patches and he's like, damn, she's down for me like that. Those are the women that, ride or die literally, you know, that men, that's the most guys' dream woman. And why don't most people want to give that? Most people don't want to give that because you don't want to be taken advantage of. Yeah, that sounds cool, Kevin. But what if this? What if that? I'm sorry. We got to get past this but and this lack of good faith. I'm sorry. Therapy. I mean, I've had situations in my life that if I chose to allow them, I could hold any woman in my life or in my future hostage with these things. But no, I can't afford to walk around with that stuff hanging over me because it happened. Look, you give a man what he wants, you're going to get more back than you can ever receive. And the thing is it going to be American Express, Amex Black? No, that's not our reality for most of you guys. But this is what your grandfather did with grandma. And we've lost how to do this to where even me just saying say yes to everything that doesn't hurt you or kill you is a heavy lift. But ladies, make no mistake, that's what men want. And when we hear and see other men that get that, it's what we tend to envy. So shout out to the callers. I gotta get out of here. I am still in New York City, right? So here's what's going on. I'm in New York City. I'll be in LA the first week of November. When I moved to Atlanta, guys, it was Atlanta. The cities I was thinking about going to was New York City, the DMV area, Austin, Atlanta, or London. Those are the cities. Um, I loved it here. I used to live here, but I only left because of personal reasons, family reasons. Here in New York City, it has changed so much since 2020, and we know what's going on, the pandemic. Real estate is through the floor now. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to show you guys some things. And I've said it. I would love to move back here. I am dead. I'm very seriously thinking about coming back. Very, very seriously thinking about coming back. I love the city. I love the access, and the way things are set up right now, the costs are through the roof. Real estate has dropped about 44%. I was saying the hotel that I used to stay in was almost $400 a night. It's like $100 a night. There. Oh, by the way, listen, this is a great hack. There's an app called Hotels Tonight. Let me show you this right now. Hotels Tonight. Gotta show you this. We're in overtime. This is worth it. Gotta show you Hotels Tonight. Oh my God. This app is crazy. The way things are set up right now, this is crazy. Hotels Tonight. Look at this. Swipe to unlock your deal. Look at this. Look at the hotels. Look at those prices. Wyndham Garden, Chinatown, $89 a night. Stay Pineapple, Artful Inn, Midtown, $84, down from $300. Look at this. 4 Points by Sheridan, New York, $72. The James Hotel. Look at this. Look at this. Hotel 57, $94 a night. So you see why I'm still here. Look at this. This is where you think I'm going? Huh? What? What? $84 a night? Are you crazy? And it keeps changing. Get this app. Get this app. It is in freaking sane. In freaking sane. So I went and I looked at some things in New York City, and I want to show you guys something. So I said, you know what? What if I decide to stay in Manhattan? Let me see if I can do it this way. Look at that. Now, the rent in New York is not cheap, but look at where was this other one? $3,500 a month, 2-bedroom apartment. But I like this one. I could live here. Could you imagine what the live streams would look like from this? So don't be surprised if all of a sudden y'all see me live streaming from this. You cannot say what's wrong or right. Ooh. And I'm looking at some in LA because a lot of people bought Airbnbs as investment properties and things like that. But now, with everything that it is, travel restrictions, people are just trying to keep these properties from going in foreclosure, bankruptcy, whatever. Crazy, right? Insane. I'm serious. Don't. So, do not be surprised if spend the winter in LA and then be back here in the spring. Shit, nuts. I want to see what you guys are saying. Corner unit baller status. I know, right? Dude, there was a place overlooking Central Park. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, overlooking Central Park West. $3,600. Now I know people are like, what in the hell? You gotta understand, that would normally be about 10 grand a month. And in New York, to rent, you used to have to pay first month's rent, last month's rent, and then a broker fee of 15% of the annual rent. So let's say your apartment is $3,000 a month. That's $36,000 for the year. You have to pay a broker 15% of $36,000 to show you the unit. So that's like $5,100, $5,000 plus $3,000. It's $11,000 to move in. These completely furnished with modern, art. I like contemporary furniture. Word. So do not be surprised, because when I went to Atlanta, I always said I'm going to stay for a year before I put down permanent roots. That's why I didn't go buy a home or anything there. And I'm looking around, I'm like, oh, and the benefit of here, you don't drive anywhere. So, oh yeah, I'm seriously thinking about it. I am seriously thinking about it. A place for your next ex. That's right, baby girl. 5K you guys got to understand, so 5K is a joke, whatever. Expensive. Woo! You got to understand the difference between. Well, anyway, what do you guys think people spend for rent here? They also earn more here too. So anyway, guys, why did I show you that? Because it's a good time to. Many of you guys need to get out. All you know is your city, your state, your region. That's all you know. And one of the things that holds you back more than anything else is you haven't experienced anything. Get out and go experience other things. Stop judging everything solely on price. You got to pay for experiences, folks. The money you make is a tool. What are you using it for? And I would say, especially as a single guy, one of the best things you can do is move. Move the move out of where you're staying and go to a better city, an international city with access. So, okay, it's an inflated brand. All right, let me go ahead and time you out. I don't even like some of you folks. I don't even care to hear what you have to say. It's an inflated price. Oh, Jesus Christ. Come to New York. Oh, Jesus. All right. So anyway, I got to get out of here. Well, where would you advise? I don't know, man. I'm going to check out LA, but thing is, I don't like driving. And LA is very spread out. When I go to LA, I'm going to be staying in Beverly Hills. LA is very spread out. The weather's beautiful. It's a cool, different vibe, but it's a different state too. It's a different vibe. This fits with me much better than any place I've ever been to in the country. New York is much more my speed. But I would suggest you guys get out and try things. So let me get out of here. It's almost 1 o'clock. Shout out to the CIA. One love to the FBI. Godfathers around this piece and having a good time. Thank you to the ladies that called in for being honest. Thank you to Dr. Lucia for dropping that knowledge. And as usual, guys, until next time, peace. We are gone. Wrong song. Had to get a new computer, too. How do we meet up with you in Seattle? I will let you know. Yeah, I'm not an LA guy. That's what I say. LA is a little too. I don't have anything wrong with it. I just know New York is more my vibe.
It's not hard to fool me.
New York City is much more my vibe. You know, worst thing about it, if you don't like it, you can always leave. This is a great time to spread your wings. Where there's risk or chaos, there's always opportunity. Guys, all you can do is be as safe as you can be. Wear your mask, wash your hands, social distance. Be safe. Live life. Yeah, Raven says about the next ex-wife. Yeah, the next ex-wife. That's right. Hey, man. Sooner or later, you're going to have to roll the dice. I'm not going to die alone, I tell you that. I won't die alone. Not going to happen. And I'm not going to die with a... No. I love beautiful women. Mm-hmm. Having one in the house is always better than not. Especially overlooking the bay at the Statue of Liberty. That's stupid.
I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say.
What y'all saying in the chat room? Y'all tripping. Too much traffic in LA, I know. I can't feel it. I'm not gonna buy a dog. Give me the next ex-wife, baby. We're gonna talk about, is there any hope? for my women who are over 30. Yes, there is. If tomorrow, or actually tomorrow's Wednesday night, probably gonna be a trigger topic tomorrow night and Thursday. Till then, thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to everybody still on the road. You see the show is scaled down. We're doing what we can. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time.